Hi everybody, this is Gidget from Gidget Goes Carnivore. I wanted to make an update. Um, the last video I kind of introduced myself and kind of told you where I was in the journey. Um, I've been back on carnivore for almost 3 weeks, a little over 3 weeks. And I did some changing. I did change some things that I was eating. So like I went from heavy cream and I ran out. And of course, at the end of the month, like most of us, I can't afford to just go buy more cream. So I was relying on Caliphate, coconut, and almond milk. And for some reason, I thought that was coconut milk. Didn't realize it had almonds in it. And I started reading everything again. And so I'm not buying that anymore. I'm going to buy macadamia nut milk or pure coconut milk. Um, but I found something that was kind of cool. It's called Keto Chow. I saw a video on it about how to make coffee creamer using it. And I thought, well, let's try it. So I bought some. I bought their little, like, they had a pack that came with like a little shaker, and you get, I think, 6 different packages, I believe. Don't quote me on that. And then I bought some that I wanted, like pumpkin spice and different ones. And the first one I made, I did with like 22 ounces of water, and so it was, I could kind of taste it, but it just wasn't the same. And then the next one I did, I reduced the water to, let's see, 16 ounces, and I added um, 4 tablespoons of butter. You melt the butter, you warm the water up, you don't boil it, you warm it. You melt the butter first, put it in the warm water, um, put it in a blender. I have like a little mixer for my dad when I make his shakes. I put it in that. You add your keto chow and you mix it, mix it, mix it. And then the longer it's in the fridge, the more taste it gets, and it thickens up a little bit. And so that's worked. And all of a sudden, the other night, 2 nights ago, um, I was actually, it was late at night and I was tired and I was like, I'm not losing weight. I'm not on ketosis. I was thinking, poor me. Um, and I thought, I'm just going to go eat ice cream. And then I thought, nope, I'm going to go check my ketones first. And so I did, and I was in ketosis. And it was because I went from cream to keto chow. I found an alternative, and it actually worked. I was super surprised. Um, I reduced like the butter that I actually put in my coffee with the keto chow. Even though the keto chow has some butter in it, I put like a teaspoon. I was putting a tablespoon. When I cook my bacon, I'm reducing the amount of bacon I eat because I really like my bacon, but I can eat a piece and I get like this really thick bacon and it's so good, but it's probably 2 pieces if you were to cut it. Um, eat maybe 2 eggs if I'm still hungry. If I'm really hungry, I might do three. I'm really careful with how I eat cheese. Um, and the next day, after that night, I was in ketosis even more. Like the strip was showing even a darker purple. So I was really excited about that because I hadn't seen that forever. Like I went from Weight Watchers to keto, from keto to carnivore. And even in keto, I really had a hard time getting in ketosis. But when I was on carnivore, I had hit my a sweet spot somehow. And I was in ketosis and I was losing weight. And I went from like, I don't remember what I was. I went from 255 to 205 from Weight Watchers. Then I went back up to almost 240 pounds. And then when I hit keto, I went down to I think like 223 or 225. I just kind of stuck there. And then when I went on carnivore, I got down to 203, which was my lowest in like I can't even remember how long. Um, so to be back in ketosis, and I've been marking every day that I'm on carnivore. So I have a kind of a chart. I am going to get some little notebooks and write what I eat every day, um, for my own self, even though I'm going on chronometer, I think it's called. I'm probably saying it wrong, and I'm putting in my food, and that helps. It shows the macros and micros and all that garbage that I really am not interested in. I am worried about like my vitamins and minerals and things that I'm getting, so I do add a drop of iodine to my coffee. Um, and I do electrolytes. I do Element because I like the flavor. I was a sugarholic, and so I was um, a night eater. Um, I eat for comfort, and so to just cut out sugar and all the carbs after having being put back on Mediterranean and having like my hair started to fall out, which is why I constantly wear this little beanie because I feel like it's really thin right there and I'm hoping it will come back. Um, my heart is still doing the double beat thing, but I'm feeling much better. I'm using my BiPAP machine. I need to get on the bike, but my arms and legs are so tired. And I don't know if that's from the double beat or not. I had a hard time with the stress test just doing 4 minutes on the treadmill, even with the incline, right? And to get my heart rate up to 137, 38 is what I had to get it up to. And it took some time to get it up to there. So 4 minutes later, I was done, and they said, "Well, can you go any longer?" And my heart could, right? But my legs were just like, because I've been so scared to exercise, lift weights, walk, anything, since I thought I had bradycardia and I didn't know what was wrong with my heart. So the unknown can be scary and can really screw with your head. Um, so anyway, um, next month I get my legs done, which means I have veins in my legs that I have to get cauterized from the ankle up to the groin, and then some of the veins, I have a couple veins that need to be pulled out, and then my legs should be pretty healthy for summer. Um, I've been taking care of my dental. That's really important. The more meat I eat, the less my gums bleed. So, and I just think it's because you're using your teeth. But I'm not eating steak right now because I can't afford it. So, um, but it still helps. It still helps. Last time I went to the dentist when I was eating more steak, my son had bought me like a big ribeye um, at Costco that I could cut up. And so I had steak for quite some time. And when I went to the dentist, he was like, "Your gums are amazing." I had no cavities. Everything was great except for my old crowns were failing. They had been like 8, 9 years. So I'm having those fixed. And so I have one more to go, which I'm going to go get the permanent one Wednesday and be good to go. But your mouth is really important. I remember them also talking. I saw an article about people that had root canals, and sometimes bacteria can get into those and they go down into your breasts, and that has been linked to causing some kind of breast cancers. So, yeah, I'm kind of nervous if I ever had to have one of those. But there's so many things that can cause issues nowadays. So, I could go on and on because I've been dabbling in reading for quite some time. So my goal is to continue being more specific about what I eat, keeping the butter where it is right now, um, teaspoon instead of tablespoon every now and then. Um, I like chicken wings and chicken thighs. They're not my favorite, but I do hamburger patties. Um, I was eating pickles now and then because I really like them, and so I might still here and there, but I'm not going to do it every time I have a hamburger patty. Um, And I noticed though, like when I got done eating the other day, I was probably at like 900 calories. So everybody says, well, you're under eating, you're under eating. Well, I've tried everything else. So they're like calories in, calories out. That's what they always say. And then if you go too low, they're like, oh, your body's not going to be able to function. Well, if my body feels gross or my heart starts going weird or something's happening, I will go eat more meat and maybe add a little fat or something. But I'm going to try to listen to my body and not just go by what I hear everybody else say. So I think that's my biggest takeaway is just you have to find what works for you. What works for me is might not work for you, but there might be some tips that I give you that might work for you, like using keto chow for your coffee creamer instead of cream. It's, what, 30 calories, 20, 30 calories per serving, depending on how much like I like to pour it in, just like I did with my International Delight. And it's great, and it's not adding a ton of carbs, and it's not adding a ton of calories, and it's not adding, you're adding your own fat, so you know how much fat you're putting in it. Instead of they recommended when I watched the video, and I'm gonna have to find out the name of them, the people that I saw that where I got the coffee recipe from, and when I figure that out, I will let you know. Um, I wish I could remember. She wore like a big hat in the video, um, and they were very fun, and they had a lot of good ideas. So I will try to find out who they are and link it in the description, or I'll mention them in my next video. This was not my idea. I got this from someone on YouTube. Um, I always try to give credit where credit is due. It's important. So I'm just going to continue what I'm doing. I'm going to try to journal. I think that will help me. I did not weigh myself. I did not measure myself. My goal is to get as healthy as I can get, to get my pain level to stay, my pain levels down. Like right now, it's probably a 0, and that's unbelievable for someone that's been in chronic pain since 1996. To not have pain just sitting here is truly a miracle. My rash is gone. I had petechial rash on my stomach. It goes on my arms and my legs. And anytime I eat carbs, it pops up. And my doctor said, my primary care physician said, well, when she saw it, she goes, well, people get that and it just stays forever. It doesn't come and go. Well, mine comes and goes. So you tell me. I eat meat, it goes away. I eat carbs, it comes back. So I have no clue. It's really weird. Um, so anyway, I think that's going to be it for this. I'm really trying hard to get my videos out. I'm tanking in one of my classes. I hate reading technical stuff um, if I'm not interested in it. So um, I'm trying to read it, and then the questions on the quiz are, um, multiple choice questions that you can answer, but they're just slightly different, right? And so you can see where it could apply to certain ones, and you pick the one you think it's the most, and it's not right, and so it's frustrating um, because it could be that, but it might not be the primary thing that he's really wanting me to address. So with school, it can be a little difficult. I usually get A's. I got a C in math by the hair of my chinny chin chin, and I was really lucky to get that. I mean, it was awful. I was 4 weeks into the term when I found out that the tutor I had was teaching me incorrectly, and my teacher was like, "You need to change tutors. They are teaching you wrong." So I had to learn like all 4 weeks in 3 days, and I flunked that test. I tried to learn everything in 3 days with the new tutor, and it didn't work. But she stuck with me, and her name's Anita, and she was amazing. And I would give her I would say the name of her tutoring thing that her own business, but I have not asked permission, so I'm not going to do that. But what a wonderful woman. She stuck by me. She was working on my kind of math at night, and then she was making step by step things to help me figure it out. And I did better in the next test. I think I got like a 76, which was amazing for me in that class. This is Math 111. This is functions, and but when you're being taught wrong at the beginning, and I had taken this class 2 terms prior with the same tutor that was teaching me wrong, and I had to bell both times, and I thought it was all my fault. So it can really be a struggle. Um, I loved the tutor I had. She was so nice, and I feel bad. I think she had a lot of physical stuff going on, and so no, I don't blame anybody. I'm just glad that it worked out. So anyway, um, enough of me ranting. I'll be done. My dad's doing good. My grandbaby's doing better. Um, Getting the house in order. Things are going a little bit better. Sun came out today. That always helps. Um, so try to do things that make you happy and help you. If it's lighting a candle, I have, like a candle here, and I light it. I have a little, I don't know if I can take it off here. Sorry. A little light that I got so that it's like a little mood light. Um, I open the window. I got my dad like a little mister that, so he can have nice smells around him that will help with depression. I have lights up on my ceiling everywhere throughout my house. Here, I'll show you. See if you can see it. They're everywhere. And I did that. Um, I have them in this is was my mother's room. It took me a long time to come in here, but I didn't have a choice because of the way the house is structured. I was in the living room and my granddaughter had her room, my dad has his room, and well, kind of my dad. They were not married, so that's why he has a separate room and a bathroom. And then my mom had her main, the main room. And I put those lights up, and then I started putting them up outside of her room because at first she was in a wheelchair, she could get around, and she really liked the lights, so they're everywhere throughout this house. I put twinkle lights up everywhere, and I kept the artificial Christmas tree up year round because she loved it, and it made her happy. And then when the pandemic hit, well, through the pandemic, that's when I kind of lost her. Well, when I lost her, it helped through that with my granddaughter and my father, and I keep them up to this day because it just makes people feel good to see them. Um, so there's different things you can do to help your mood. Um, and I try to be positive, but just like everybody else, I can be down, negative on myself. So I'm going to keep up with my goals, try to journal what I eat. I will weigh myself next time when I do a video so I can tell you, like, yay or nay, how is it going? Um, and I will try to figure out how many calories a day I'm eating. So I will continue to put into the chronometer, I think it's called. It's a free app you can use on your phone. Um, I still take my element. I'm doing two a day because I'm eating so low carb and I'm in ketosis and I don't want the flu, the keto flu. Um, and so far, so good. I'm still not sleeping great. I sleep about 4 hours a night. Um, but eventually, I'm hoping that that will get better. I was so much better when I was a carnivore before this whole heart thing happened. I'm so mad. But the other side of it is that by coming back on it, I appreciate it that much more. Um, I appreciate the things that the carnivore diet is doing for my health, and um, yeah, pretty crazy. It's really amazing. So anyway, stay safe. God bless. Stay warm, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye bye.